Good morning, dear students. I told you in my previous video that one more session I will take to have the end of connectors. Really, I am taking a very long to have you understood, to have you seen all the frequent connectors and their uses as per the errors. So, it has really taken a very long time, but today I will definitely have the end of connectors. So, finally, be cautious and attentive and have a pen and notebook in your hand and start watching my video. It is my last video on connectors. Dear, I have told you so many times that is a very frequent connector and it is used in several cases. So, in my previous video I taught you, I get you seen the very first situation, case, very first condition in which that is used as connector, and in this regard I gave you some words like admit, discover, notice and so on. And I told you that if your previous sentence, your principal clause has any one of the following words that I got you written on in my very video, if the previous, the principal clause has any one of the words, then the subordinate clause will be started with that. This is what I taught you in my previous video, and in this case, in this regard, I gave you some words, the examples and even error points. So, same thing is going to happen dear today. Very first I am going to get you seen some adjectives which are very frequent with that. Let's say some adjectives which are very frequent, which are ever associated with that. So, let's see that, the adjectives implies that in their subordinate clause SC. For example, कौन? Let's see the adjective. The very first adjective is angry. Angry. Then after anxious. Anxious. Then after aware. Aware. Then after confident. Then after clear. Clear. Then after happy. This is happy. Then after conscious. Conscious. Then after conscious. Conscious. Then after important. 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 Then after lucky. Then after lucky. Then after natural. Natural. Then after natural, obvious. Obvious. Pleased. Pleased. Then after possible. impossible, possible, impossible, portable, 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 portable. Then after worried, worried. Dear, these are the adjectives which are followed. You mean which are very frequent with that. You mean if your principal clause has any one of these adjectives, then your subordinate clause must be started with that. This is what I am teaching you. Let's see the example, how it is happening. As the very first adjective is angry. I am not angry that you have not attended my class, but you have done it insincerely. Insincerely. So this one is that I have used here. Next example, important. It is important. It is important that we all have a piece of land, a piece of land to farm. To farm. It is important that we all have a piece of land to farm. Very nice line. Okay. Then after lucky. We are lucky. We are lucky that God has blessed us. Indianity. We are lucky that God has blessed us. Indianity. Then after anxious. She was anxious that her mother-in-law is not recovering from COVID. So dear, the next example I gave you. Okay. Or next example, natural. It is natural that everyone has to feel something bad. Next, Next dear, worried. She was worried that that her son had not been selected for the job. So this is worried, and here is that. So dear, I hope you might have been watching everything very clearly. And then after, confident. I am confident that my students will do better in life. Then after, conscious, it is not, it is, she is conscious that her mother is paying much to her bad habits. So this is conscious. And one more example I am going to give you, because I think most of them I got you seen here. So one more example only. Lucky. This is India. Lucky I have given you. So next word, pleased. She is pleased that her father has given her a golden watch on her natal day. Natal day means birthday. So this is clear, I think. Okay. So okay. So dear students, I get you seen so many examples with each and every word, each and every adjectives, and now its error point. If the very first adjective is anxious, angry or anxious, anything, angry, and last adjective is worried. You mean worried implies sins. What implies sins or source? You mean if that is replaced by either sins or so, then there is error. Actually, in this case of, with these adjectives, your subordinate clause will be followed, will be started only with that. and if that is replaced by any one of the word, any one of the connectors, any one of the correlatives, then there is error. So I gave you since, and since and so is very frequent. I have seen it so many times in your question paper, in your questions. So let's see how it is happening. As it is clear, since it is clear, since it is clear, since you are my next, you are my next selection, next selection. This one is incorrect because I have used here since. So here should be that it is clear that you are my next selection. This one is correct and this one is incorrect. Okay. Now see, I am not confident. I am not confident since you will come to my call. This one is also incorrect because I have used here since. So here should be that I am not confident that you will come to my call. This one is correct. Okay. And now see, obvious. It was obvious. So it was obvious. So she would not be selected. This one is incorrect. Actually here should be, it was obvious that she would not be selected. So dear, I think you might have understood. I get you seen so many examples, so many applications of these adjectives which are very frequent with that, and then after get you seen so many sentences in case of error. And I told you that if that is replaced by any one of the correlatives or any one of the words, then there is error. So be it clear. I think now the next, the final approach is going to happen there. Dear, there are some nouns. There are some nouns which are very frequent with that I have got you told in my previous video that the connector that is very frequent with some of the words. So in this case, the first one I get you seen some words like verbs, okay, and then after some adjectives, and now some nouns. So there are some nouns which are very frequent with that. So let's see how many, what are these nouns, okay, which one these nouns, okay. So first The first noun is advice. Advice. Advice, if there is advice in your principal clause, your subordinate clause will be started with that. Then after agreement, this one is the second noun, agreement. Then after belief, L-I-E-F, belief, belief. Then after claim. Here claim is both noun or verb. So if claim is used as noun, then there is that. Okay. Then after claim, conclusion. Conclusion. If there is conclusion, then there is that. Conclusion. Then after decision. Decision. Then after dream. Dream as a noun. Dream as a noun, not as a verb. Dream is used as verb also. So dream as a noun. If dream is used as noun, then that is must with the subordinate clause. You mean the subordinate clause will be started with that. So let's see. Feeling. It is noun, not verb. Feeling. Then after expectation. This one is also very important. Expectation, you might have heard this word. Then after hope. Hope is used both as a noun and verb. But here I am telling about noun. If hope is used as noun, only then subordinate clause is started with that. And in case of verb, not any connector is used. For example, I hope. If you say I hope that this is going to happen, it's wrong. I hope this is going to help me in future. That one is correct sentence. And I have told you in my previous video. So leave this and be ahead. Go ahead. So next noun is promise. Okay, promise. Then after reply. Reply is also used as noun and verb. Then after a statement. Okay. A statement. Then after thought. Things even a thought. Then after threat. Okay. Threat. Wish. Wish is also used as verb and noun. But I am saying about noun. If wish is used as noun, then there is that. And in case of verb, also we used that. So wish. Then after wish. Then after understanding. Understanding implies that. It means if the first sentence, you mean if the principal clause has any one of these nouns, then this subordinate clause will be started with that, not any other, you mean not with any other connector. This is what I am teaching you. Listen it again. If your principal clause has any one of these nouns, then your subordinate clause, you mean in your second sentence, is started with that, and we have not any alternative of that with these nouns. And if that is replaced by any one of the word, any one of the connectors, then there is error. So let's see how they are being used. So hope, I am using hope as a noun. So it's my hope. It's my hope. It's my hope that my teaching will help you much. It's my hope. Next, I have not any promise, not any promise that can be made, that can be made. Next word is I mean statement. It was the statement. It was the statement of the principal. It was a statement of the principal that every student would be given free admission. Would be given free admission. Statement I got you seen. Okay, now belief. Let's see, it is our belief. It is our belief that human beings are incarnated after death. It is our belief that human beings are incarnated after death. Next word, decision. We have not any decision that can do what you want. We have not any decision that can do what you want. Next example. Now, dream. Let's see how dream is being used. Okay, dear. Okay, dream. Everyone should have a dream that touches his heart. So dear, many examples I get you seen in this regard, and these are actually nouns. So now see error point. It's error point. Okay. So the very first word is advice, and the last word is understanding. So if these words, if any one of these words, you mean if these words are associated with other words, you mean implies. So since or any, I mean any correlatives, then there is error. For example, as it is my advice to you, since you work hard from now. This one is incorrect. It is my advice to you since you work hard from now. Actually, it should be, it is my advice to you that you work hard from now. It is my advice to you that you work hard from now. It is correct. Next example, I mean believe. We don't believe that, something is going to happen in our life again. Okay, so here I have used that, so this one is no error, you mean this one is correct sentence. Okay, next, feeling. This is, as for example, it is everyone's feeling, since marriage is a fool's paradise. Marriage is a fool's paradise. It is everyone's feelings. So marriage is a fool's paradise. It is incorrect. Actually, here should be, it is everyone's feelings that marriage is a fool's paradise. Actually, this is a very important, I mean very well known statement, saying everyone is found saying so that marriage is a fool's paradise and expectation. So now see, India has not any expectation from Pakistan since it will be honest to the Indians. This one is incorrect. India has not any expectation from Pakistan since it will be honest to the Indians. This one is also very nice and correct, I mean truly true sentence. Pakistan is never going to support India in any case. Actually, Pakistan has all time jealousy, enmity and not fraternity for India. So leave these all. Actually, we are clearing error point here. So India has not any expectation from Pakistan since. So here should be India has not any expectation from Pakistan that it will be honest to the Indians. This one is correct sentence. Let's see one more example. I mean which one example I should give you? Let me think. Threat. No, not threat. Wish. For example, I wish since dear it one. Sorry, let me erase. Now I am writing. It is my wish. It is my wish since you were my students. Again, this one is incorrect. Here I am talking about my wish, and if something is wish, the subordinate clause is written in past time, and there is no agreement between subject and verb. So here I have written were. So it's a complete imagination, not real sentence. So here is no agreement, and I have written here were despite. Yes, despite imagination in present time. So let's see. It's incorrect. So it is my wish that you were my student. Again, this one is correct sentence. Okay, and one more example. Agreement. The agreement shows that so you are bound to leave this house. This one is incorrect. The agreement shows that. Actually here should be that. The agreement shows that you are bound to leave this house. Sorry, this one is correct. So dear, I get you seen so many uses, correct uses, and so many incorrect uses. You mean both is application and its error point, and so I am really very happy today because I have had the end of connectors today, and it really took a very long time, and I think it should be, because nothing happens in a day or in a moment, and if you want to do something more or something special, for this everyone has to try and wait, and those who has learned how to labor and how to wait, definitely success pieces their feet. You might have heard so many times, your teachers might have told you, suggested you that you guys very first you learn how to labor, and then after you learn how to labor, then after you learn how to wait. So laboring and waiting for the result are the main thing. You can simply work, you can't expect that this one I should have. Actually expectation lies in our hand, and feeling, getting something doesn't lie in our hand. So leave this all. I am going to have the end of my session today, and I hope you might have understood. And one more thing I am saying to you, that you guys, your comments are very necessary for me, because I have had the end of connectors today. So I am going to hope that your comments will cover my site, my channel very much. So thank you very much.